let's get back to what I do best. Also, uh, frick. If you've been wondering why the videos have been in black, it's because I don't know how to do editing. I don't know how to make animations. I don't know how to do any of that. In fact, I am running on no budget, except for my own mind space. So give me a minute. It's time to get serious. Sometimes you gotta block out all entryways because you live in a house with 3 other people. Anyway, this is me. Hi. I'm terrifying. I'm disgusting. Can you, like, better aim? Hey. Okay. Also, peace sign, maybe outdated, but I'm still gonna do it. So, numero uno problem is not updating. I've had writer's block. Number 2, am I gonna be continuing my what ifs? Of course. The TN what if is gonna take a while because power scaling. But the bardock what if is going to continue standing strong because I love it. I didn't address things. I also didn't address how powerful izuku bardock would be. And oh, it's about to get good. A couple other things. I will be making more what ifs. They won't, like I said, no ultra instinct, no really overpowered what ifs. I like to do what ifs that change perspective, change character, change personality, and adds a new twist onto the story. So I won't be doing what ifs in which Izuku becomes more overpowered. I won't be doing what ifs in which power scaling doesn't make sense. You have came here for content that is produced to the best of ability of a 15-year-old. So you might expect more. Also, I'm glad that you guys have been sticking with me, even though you haven't subscribed, which I don't care. You don't have to subscribe. I hope by the end of the year, though, I at least get 1 subscriber. But I don't deserve it because I don't make content consistently, which I'm trying to do, but it's been hard. It's literally Wednesday or Thursday. I don't even know. So let's get started. If I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, Izuku just got done defeating the slime villain thing. And back then, I didn't know much about My Hero Academia. Now I do. And one thing I'm going to change is, how is Izuku so strong in this? Now, I went into detail a bit, but I did not go into detail as much as I should have. There are different martial arts styles, different styles of fighting that characterizes a fighter. Like Aizawa said, not every hero is a one-trick pony, and that's true for fighters. So, Izuku, in this timeline, has the same body type as Bardock. Muscular, lean, long legs, not stubby arms, but not really long arms. Long enough. So Izuku will be doing boxing and taekwondo and judo for the most part. Judo because judo practices holds and, using momentum against your opponent. That also applies for Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Boxing, of course. In boxing, Izuku would be a counterpuncher or a swarmer because Izuku is very smart, thanks to Bardock's mental capacity and common sense in Taekwondo because of them long legs, boy. Now, another thing I want to get to is this. How long has Izuku been training? Well, since he does have Saiyan blood, he will, by at least the age of 5, have a knack for fighting and, well, not fighting, but training and being stronger than any other classmates in his class from here on out. I wanted to just go through some things. Izuku will still have his tail. That tail stays. And I'll explain why in maybe like part 3. So, let's get back to it. Izuku returns home and he has finished updating his scouter. He has found different people that have different quirks and different abilities, and he has been putting them into his scouter and has been finding the best counters to them. He's using not only his quirk knowledge, but his fighting knowledge to the best of his ability. There's also a side plot that I'll be working on, but it's going to be a main plot for some what ifs, especially, spoiler alert, for a lot of detective what ifs. Whew, that was my water bottle. I'm thirsty and I am running on fumes because I am about to go to bed. Anyway, one of the things that Izuku has been noticing is that he has had growth spurt after growth spurt. See, when he was just a month ago, he was only around 5'5". Now he's more at 5'11" to 6 foot. Yeah, things are getting weird for our green fighting machine. So, no, he's not a cinnamon roll. Don't roast me in the comments. I mean, if you do, I will look at them, but I won't even acknowledge them because that's the type of person I am. I'm gonna keep moving no matter what you do. Anyway, in the 10 months of training, Izuku focuses more on his ki, his energy, because he's been mostly using his fists. He has learned different attacks, including one attack where he takes all the ki around his body and makes a shield, making him almost practically invincible if he has the right ki control and has the right mentality at that given moment. He has also found that he has trained his tail to the best of his ability, so much so that it acts like a third arm, giving Izuku more capabilities. 3. He has also been working on this new armor type stuff that he's been seeing in his dreams more often, and it looks pretty cool. And since he's already done the scouter, he might as well make this, but he's gonna wait till he becomes a hero. For now, he doesn't really need an armor because his body is basically armor at this point. Now, he does encounter All Might, and he does not need All Might's quirk. Specifically, he says it would be, well, given Bardock's personality of being rational, you would think he would take the quirk, but he doesn't. He tells All Might he will need someone better, someone that is more pure of heart, and he walks away. I mean, he says he's capable, but he's not really as suited to the morals of hero work. That doesn't mean he's a vigilante, but he will put his heel down on someone's neck if they go too far, and he might accidentally crush their neck. As the story continues forward, we get into 5 months of the 10-month training period. Izuku has developed the point of his ki blast in which he can do ki blast barrage. He can develop himself in key. He's a stronger fighter mentally and physically than he was 5 months ago. He has updated his scouter to the point where he knows almost everyone's quirk and has made almost every counter, except for one. This may get weird. Now, you might be expecting some ships. And I have one thing to say. I'm gonna be making a ship. And it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a Momo X Izuku ship. Yay! Bum ba ba da! Congratulations! You should see the embarrassment on my face. It's not doing real good. But Momo Izuku ship, obviously, because Momo, personality wise and character appearance wise, looks mostly like Gine. And I thought it would be appropriate for Momo X Izuku to exist. I would do Izuku X Ochako, but I think Izuku would be a bit more hardcore to Ochako. It might, I might change it though, depending on how I feel. Izuku, I mean, I could do a harem, but I'm a vanilla type of guy, so Izuku X Momo for now. But I will keep the front door open enough if you guys want to see Izuku X Ochako. Link, type that stuff in the comments down below if you want it. But if you don't, I don't care because I'm still going to keep it wide open in case I do have to write it. Well, not write it. Write it. I guess because I am going on Wattpad. And I might make what is on Wattpad too. You can follow me on Wattpad. My name is Joseph Solo 47. You didn't come here for all that. Came for it for the what ifs. I'm sorry. Anyway, Izuku for the past month has been training. And while he's at Dagobah Beach, which has been his hideout, his place of awareness, because he cleaned it at the age of 7. That's why he's so ripped. He cleaned it by himself, completely by himself. He hears yelling because Saiyans have a higher sense of smell and sound and taste because they're a superhuman alien. They're not even a human, they're aliens. And he hears this girl yelling for help. And if you're not dumb, you can guess. It's Momo. She's yelling, and I'm going to set the scene up for you. We hear Izuku huffing and puffing as he's doing push-ups. 96, 97, 90 up. Huh. What's that? Oh, great. I gotta finish my workout, but someone's in trouble. I better get to it. Hello? Anyone down here? I can't do a girl voice, so just imagine Momo's just screaming help. Like, there's these guys like, look who we got here. We have some highly effective materials here, gentlemen. Look at her. She's in a corner like a little animal. And they start trying to attack Momo, but Momo is screaming, so obviously they're not going in. But then one thug goes in and tries to be like, "Oh, show me your panties," but Bardock's not having that. He sees it and he instantly key blasts them. Well, the one thug to give the others a chance to run away because he's not gonna start beating the crap out of them yet. And he's like, "Would you mind walking away from her? Because I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. You'll pay for that. You'll pay for that," one of them say. And then he's like, "Yeah, maybe I will, but I won't be paying for your hospital bills." As he puts one in a headlock, throws them up in the sky, breaks their spine using his knee. The other, he punches his jaw off so hard that his jaw almost becomes detached. Another one, he breaks his legs and throws him on the ground and have his foot on his neck without wasting any energy, and it took about 5 seconds for that to happen. It was almost like a blink of an eye. Well, like 100 blinks of an eye. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Momo sees this and she's like, "Wow, you're so strong and whatever." And Izuku's like, "Yeah, I guess that's what experience does. Yeah, I guess that's what experience does to you." And she says, "Well, why don't you protect me? Obviously, you know more about fighting than I do, and I'm a part of the Yaya Rozu, Yaya Rozu family. We are rich and we have a lot of money, and that's not the main selling point for Izuku. It's really that he doesn't like to see people get hurt, so he accepts since he has nothing else better to do because he's already pretty much trained up. He just has to keep on following his regimen. Days pass and Momo's and Izuku relationship goes farther in bounds than you would think. Since Momo looks up to Izuku, and Izuku kind of perceives Momo as someone who needs help, it's kind of it's a pretty wholesome relationship. It's like Momo has a protector that she's mostly in love with. It's closing in on yandere boundaries of love. It's pretty obsessive, but she doesn't show it to Izuku most of the time. Or Izuku's focusing on something else, or doesn't really catch on hints. So we reach 9 months of training, and you're like, "Oh, when's the 10 months so we can see Izuku beat the crap out of pointer robots and stuff?" We already know what's gonna happen, but trust me, it's not gonna be this whole big thing. It's gonna be pretty fun for me though, because Izuku's registering as quirkless, so because he is, by all intents and purposes. And we see Izuku and Yaya and Momo talking. And Momo says she wants the relationship to go farther. Izuku's like, "Okay, I don't care." And the relationship goes farther in the last month of the 10-month training arc. Now we get to the main story, where Izuku goes in and he goes to the, what was it called? The exam. There we go. The exam. Goes to the exam, and Katsuki Bakugo immediately sees him and like, "Oi, Deku!" And then he immediately starts running at him. Well, no. He walks towards Deku and he tries to brush his shoulder, but Izuku immediately sees that coming and then puts his hand around his neck. It's like, You're really gonna test me here, of all places. And Katsuki gets a shiver down his spine because he knows what Izuku can do. So he just stays silent and Izuku just walks away. Katsuki in his mind, that dang ape. He's always been looking down on me. I'll show him. I'll show everyone else that I can be the best hero. Izuku walks in and he immediately sees this brown-headed girl. Well, not brown. She has brown hair. Not brown. She's not brown-headed. That's brown-haired girl, and she trips. Ha! Irony. And Izuku picks her up by her coat sweater thing, and she's like, "Oh, thank you." And Izuku's like, "No problem." And just keeps walking, and Ochako feels something similar to what Momo felt, but on a lesser, maybe more type thing. But, I mean, it was one interaction. Throughout the whole thing, Izuku has this focus and stone face to face. Stone face to face. That's two faces. And while President Mike is talking, Ida's like, yeah, there's 4 robots, President Mike. I obviously didn't read the pamphlet, so could you please explain to me why UA is slacking off? And hey, you, the one with the red bandana. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan in general, you know what I just did. Hey, you with the red bandana. Why are you always staring off into space? Without even looking. No. Ida deserves some respect. Izuku stares Ida in the eye to the point where it's almost like he has laser vision. And he's going deep inside of his brain. And he says, if I am staring into space, that means that I have no questions. That either means that I understand what's going on. Why do I sound so much like Trunks? That means I either understand what's going on, or 2, I'm just tired. And I'm both. I'm tired of people like you being accepted to being a hero, who question everything. Who says that, oh, this is this and that's that, and oh, why won't you explain this? And sets high standards for people. If you give people a chance, they will explain what they were going to say. Maybe you should take that lesson and use it. Or maybe you should shove it up your... And then President Mike stops him right then and there because he knows where it's about to go. President Mike explains the whole thing. And explains that the 0 pointer is not to be... If you defeat it, it won't add any points to your points. So Izuku keeps that in mind, but he also knows why would they put something like this in a test. So he keeps that in his back pocket for now. So the exam starts and Izuku immediately just goes up in the sky, key blasts some robots. He key blasts at least around 100. Sits on a building and does some image training. But before that, he does go to Ochako and Ida tries to place hand on him, but Izuku just runs forward without even running. He just he just goes floop, and goes right over there to Ochako. It's not even instant transmission. He just runs faster than the eye can see. And Oshako's like, hey, you're right here. Oh, you're the guy that saved me from tripping. And he's like, yeah, I am. I've seen that you've been shaking and you've been very quiet and you've been kind of mumbling to yourself. Don't worry, you got this. Just remember, you're a hero and you're here for a reason. And this helps Ochako. Ito looks dumbfounded, like, how did he get over there so fast? And then we go back to where we were. Izuku sits on a building, and after destroying 100 robots, he sees a couple of strays, and like, what's the worst that will happen? And shoots some people asses on the other strays. He doesn't even use his martial arts because he doesn't need to waste energy. He then sees the 0 pointer, and of course Nezu activates the 0 pointer. Now this is all coming from Izuku's POV. I haven't really looked at anyone else's POV, so this might be a shock. Nezu does the whole 0 pointer thing, and we can hear some of the conversations that most of the pro heroes are talking about. One conversation intrigues most is All Might, Eraserhead, and Midnight. Midnight's like, oh, look at this tall, strapping young man that has entered UA, and it says, how can a 14-year-old look so manly? It really turns me on. Oh God, I swear this is so cringy. And Eraserhead's like, control yourself, Midnight. Besides, the kid, while he may be tall, it seems that he has other abilities that I think would be very useful as a hero. He doesn't waste any energy. In fact, he's probably the freshest out of all the fighters. Well, all the fighters that are here in the exam. All Might has to agree because of all the experience he has with fighting. And says that, yeah, he wasted practically no energy. And says that he's doing the best. But he's really not really saving people. He's just conserving his energy. Like, he knows what's going to happen. And Eraserhead nods. And then Nezu's like, oh, well, let's see if he can stop this. And then the 0 pointer comes out the ground. 0 pointer's here, yay! And we all know it's about that. Izuku immediately hears screams and running, and he just, I expected better from aspiring heroes. And he jumps down, and he goes to fight the 0 pointer. And he moves so fast that he's just there, like, instantaneously, because of super speed, and because it wasn't a super far distance. He goes there and he sees the 0 pointer, and he sees Ochako, and Ochako's under some rubble, and she's like, help, and he immediately zooms over there, picks her up, get her out of the rubble, and puts her in a rival position. And puts her at least 20 feet away, because that's not enough distance, but he needs to do this right now. He charges up his key, yeah, that's the first time when my voice says voice crack. God, being 15 is weird. And he charges up a final spirit cannon. He doesn't say any words, he just charges up the final spirit cannon and blows first, it seems like it's pretty small. But then, as soon as the cannon hits, it immediately destroys the 0 pointer, head from toe. And, yeah, the whole thing's gone. Everything's gone. The metal is practically singed. And everyone in the surrounding distance either felt the shockwaves or got hit by them. Even the people that were watching the heroes, the pro heroes, they felt it, and they were way far away. So that tells you that Izuku is more, and he didn't even use most of his energy. He charged up a final spirit cannon, and it only took him about 5 to 10 seconds. Usually, it takes a character in Dragon Ball a pretty long time to gather a ki to put in a strong attack. Since he was able to do that and was able to destroy a robot, he is pretty much beyond uh, uh, anyone in the My Hero Academia verse right now because of sand biology and because of his training and because of his past life and because he's literally the reincarnation of the smartest, one of the smartest warriors in the universe, Bardock. We see Ochako, she's not only is she surprised, she's amazed, beyond amazed. She's literally drooling from her mouth because seeing how powerful Izuku is, she knew that he was silent, he was smart. Also, I forgot to mention, he aced the the test that they gave. He got 100 out of 100, easy, because he did study heroes thanks to his scouter, so he knows what heroes do, their personalities, what a hero's supposed to be, what a hero's not supposed to be, all of that, all the good stuff to be a hero. He is dedicated to being a hero, and he's the best of the best. And Ochako's like, oh my god. And of course, Momo, she knows too, because she knows only one person can do that. And of course, she has a connection with Izuku. I don't know, like that weird anime relationship connection, You know something bad is going to happen to your soulmate. I don't even call it. Yeah, I guess soulmate, because I use their personalities to put them together, but whatever. I don't even think that's the definition of a soulmate. And Izuku and Ochako look at each other. Izuku kind of looking at her, giving her a smile, and Ochako blushing and rubbing her thighs, if you know what I mean. But then, of course, scene room, because Recovery Girl comes in and is like, here you go, Sonny. Here's some gummies. And Izuku says thank you, and he says that her leg looks like it may be broken or sprained. You might want to look at it, and you may want to give it a kiss. And Recovery Girl's like, oh, so you know my quirk. And he's like, yep, your quirk is able to heal people while kissing them. You're the youthful hero, Recovery Girl. And Recovery Girl is kind of not dumbfounded, but pretty shocked that someone his age knows about Recovery Girl. And he just walks away, still wearing that red bandana, of course. He walks away and he goes back to his house. And, well, no, he goes back to Dagobah Beach before anything to see the sunset. And before he leaves, he talks to Momo, and it's a pretty long and drawn-out conversation about how they did. And for Izuku's end of the story, it's basically boring. But Momo enjoys it anyway because she's talking to Izuku. And Izuku loves what Momo did and says and appreciates her that she's trained so hard and that she will definitely pass the exam, no problem. They keep walking and then they go to Dagobah Beach to see the sunset. Momo goes home, Izuku goes home, and he goes home to Inko and eats. But something happens this time. Izuku gets a dream. A dream of his predecessor, if you will. His predecessor's son fighting this dangerous ape-like being in a wasteland. That's the first thing he sees. But then he sees his son's predecessor, if you know, Goku, fighting this other being who is 8 feet tall and has his hair standing up. And of course, no yellow, but his eyes are full of rage. And he has this yellowy, brownish aura around him, which is foreshadowing. So, that's the story. That's my story. That's part 2 of What If Izuku was the reincarnation of Bardock. To make the story more interesting, I will be adding a couple of things. First things first, no warrior can escape their past. So if you know what happened to Bardock, then you know what I'm foreshadowing. Number 2, this story most likely will be an overpowered Izuku, because I'm not pulling any strings to make Izuku less powerful. It is what it is. And third, I am sorry for leaving for like so long, but I mean, I'm back now, and I'm gonna keep producing videos, and I'm not gonna stop until I am finally, not out of ideas, because I'm never out of ideas, but I've made enough videos to kind of get my point across on fan fiction and making fan fiction like stories. And, this has been fun. It's took me 36 minutes. I gotta go to bed. So thanks for listening. And thank you for sticking with me so long. This video will be uploaded by at least tomorrow. So when you see it, you can watch the video, you can listen to it, and I will be changing some things. I couldn't talk as loud and as much as I wanted to, because like I said, living with 3 people. And there will be some changes. And I will be remastering this whole series when I either get done with it, when I feel like it. Maybe with some animation too. So thanks for watching. And let's see if I still got it. Remember to smash that like button like a beer bottle, and subscribe to the Big Cheese so you can stay cheesy on the Big Cheese channel. And I will see you on the next roundup, next What If.